Will that be cash or card? It's a phrase we're hearing a lot less these days as more businesses transition to cashless operations. When is the last time you used actual dollars? This was a hot topic in our newsroom this morning. Whether or not you keep cash on hand, some lawmakers still believe cash is king. NewsNation's Brooke Schaefer has more on this. Brooke, good morning. What are you learning? I honestly don't carry cash at all, which isn't a good thing, but I just don't.
Yeah, I've got some emergency cash in my wallet. That's something my dad always tells me to keep on hand. But honestly, sometimes I realize I don't even leave the house with my wallet because nowadays I just use Apple Pay all the time. And millions of Americans are doing the same thing. They really are just leaving the house with their credit card or even just their phone. They are going cashless nowadays, and a lot of stores are catching on to that too. They are going cashless as well, not accepting dollars as payment. A lot of these stores, they say, hey, it's a lot easier for us and a lot faster when people just swipe their credit cards. They also argue that it makes them a lot less vulnerable because there's not a register full of cash. But some lawmakers are arguing it is time to bring back cash. Senators John Fetterman and Kevin Cramer just introduced the Payment Choice Act, which would make it illegal for businesses to refuse cash transactions. Fetterman put it like this. He said, it's simple. If you're open for business in America, you should take U.S. dollars. And if you don't, this proposed law says businesses could face up to a $1,500 fine. This pushback on cashless stores, it's already sweeping the country too. Cashless transactions are already illegal in Massachusetts, Colorado, New Jersey, other major cities like New York, Philly, Detroit, San Francisco. They're also working on some similar laws right now too. Hena?
Brooke, I feel the majority of the country use credit cards. So who would this law protect?
That's true. The majority of Americans have at least one, if not two, if not more credit cards. But still, there's some research recently that shows about 18% of Americans don't have a credit card. And that's really who this law would be targeting. People who are maybe elderly or live in lower income communities, they argue they could be hurting when it comes to cashless stores. The Federal Insurance Deposit Corporation said 2 years ago there were actually more than 5.5 million people who didn't have a bank account at all. Some 19 million households have bank accounts but still heavily rely on financial assistance. And look, Hena, cash is still king at a lot of places. If you go to the farmer's market, if you have to pay the babysitter, you have to have cash. But still, even as more and more of us are turning to credit cards or Apple Pay or just whipping out our phones to pay for our everyday necessities, these senators with this bill, they want to make sure that cash is still an option. Hena?
Brooke Schaefer, in the last hour, I asked you, when's the last time you used cash? And neither of us could come up with anything quickly. Did you come up with anything an hour later?
Okay. The best thing I could think of maybe was at a farmer's market recently. I don't know, you gotta bring cash to still pay there, right? But honestly, I've been racking my brain trying to think, when was the last time I used cash? I get stuck. Apple Pay was a wonderful invention.
Yeah, I agree.
For me, I get stuck. I'm like, oh, all I need is my Face ID. Perfect. Just go clicking away. That's really what gets me half the time.
I was thinking the same thing, and I think it was just tipping, a parking attendant. I don't carry cash, and I had to run to the ATM.
Yeah.
So I think this is a conversation a lot of us will be having. Brooke Schaefer, great to have you on the show this morning. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.